Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are in a war with Spain. And you know what? I've decided to be a complete fool, and here's why. Spain does not have war support protection right now. They are... Well, this is Portugal. Interesting. But Spain does not have war support protection because I am currently holding Spanish core territory. So this is going to get done really soon. And that means I can go to war with Italy as much as I like. Which means I'm gonna grab Italian Eastern New Guinea from them and solidify my hold over New Guinea. So, let's see, we're gonna get a Conquer CB and Italian Eastern New Guinea. Let's do it. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and move the Army of the Andes over to New Guinea, just to be ready. Alright, so Spain is putting troops over here, but it's really their war support that we're concerning ourselves with, not... Oh my goodness. They might actually win a land battle against me. That's shocking. Force comparison here is still rock solid, and I've got both armies in here now, so I'm feeling extremely confident in my ability to win this. Even so. Oh, we got another battle happening actually in Portugal. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Interesting. That said, expenses are getting a little high, so I think I'm actually going to throw some consumption taxes in there. We'll do porcelain, and we'll do opium. And that's all we've got the authority for. I could remove my road maintenance and suppression things over here, but well, let me see. These areas are fully incorporated at this point. So I think I can go ahead and reduce the and end my suppression decrees. And that should give me enough authority for one more consumption tax, and for that one we'll go with glass. And that's going to give me a very healthy amount. So, looks like war is going to kick off in the same time. We don't have any... Well, this is a front, so we'll go ahead and put this union here. Now, let's go ahead and grab the Pacific Fleet and send them over to Indonesia. I probably should have done that earlier, but it is what it is. Brunswick backs down. Cool, didn't even know that was happening. Alright, let's go through our... I understand going through and clearing out all of these... Wonderful. All these diplomatic plays is a little silly, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta do it. So I'm going down in Bhutan. I might get myself involved in that. And I might naval invade Italy. We'll see. Let me see. All of Italy is one strategic region. Yes? Yeah, it looks like. Alright, war with Italy is broken out. So, we need to defend Tidore. And we are on this front, pushing forward. Anti-Italian Association demands action. The Anti-Italian Association has requested that we establish an embargo against Italy. They're at +1 now because we're at war. Successfully acting on this proposal will gain our government significant goodwill from the lobby. And to those who would refuse and prefer preserving the status quo, there was no hesitation. His response sounded well rehearsed because it was. He was a proactive man, one who spent hours pacing his chambers and anticipating attacks to come. My reply would be that we should never have allowed them to come so close to us in the first place. A friendship built upon deceit is nothing at all, and the goodwill gained from it illusory. You know, I'm going to say we'll look into this. We got plenty of influence to play with. Next, we have trampled underfoot. A demonstration organized by the movement to enact interventionism in Florida has been violently dispersed by police, leading to several fatalities and serious injuries. Memory of the incident had become a rallying cry for dissidents. He'd been smiling when he ordered his horse through the crowd. His expression was etched in her mind as if by acid on a metal plate. What kind of man could maintain such a hideous serenity amidst the screams, the broken bones, the spurts of blood? As people fled around him, he had ordered his officers forward. And then what? Amidst the blur of human terror, she'd found herself sheltering in a haphazardly shuttered bar. Many others had not been so lucky. When she walked through the place where the demonstration had been held, she could not tell how many of the people sprawled across the flagstones were still moving. Since you're the officers responsible, angry petite bourgeoisie and armed forces, small number of radical pops in Florida, or they were ordered to disperse the police or not to blame, happier armed forces and petite bourgeoisie, angry pops in Florida. You know, this is quite a brutal event. I think I can afford to piss off the petite bourgeoisie and armed forces a little bit. So what kind of production methods does the Italian army use? Trench infantry and shrapnel artillery. Trench infantry and shrapnel artillery. Yeah, I think I can do a naval invasion. Let me see. Let me make sure I know where the capital is. I assume it would be... This is Rome, right? I think that's Rome. Yeah, because that's the Tiber running through it. That's got to be Rome. So Lazio is not the capital. Tuscany. Emilia. Piedmont. Piedmont is the capital. Interesting. A lot of turmoil there as well, and very over taxation capacity. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Let's throw an army in there. And we're going to put the Army of the Americas in British Spain over here. And that's going to help. Alright, so they are sending an army away. We're sending an army in. It'd be really funny if they turned around. No, they're not turning around. That would have been extremely funny if that's how they'd handled that situation. Let me see. They are attempting to invade here. Didn't I put an army over here? Yes, they seem to have gone back. That's unfortunate. Let's station you here in Tidore to prevent any Italian invasions which should occur. And in fact, I think we'll go ahead and send the Army of Dixie to do the same. And there's the combustion engine. Wonderful. So, at this point, I'm going to get all of my motor industries producing cars. It's going to put a real strain on my motors needs, but it's also going to make them way, way more profitable. If I can find them... Okay, here we are. Yeah, make those cars. Everyone likes cars. Oh yes, I was going to change up production methods. So anything that can be electrified will electrify. Same with the textile mills. I don't want automatic power. Do I? No, it's so much power. I don't think so. Not yet. We'll see. We'll take a construction pass for power. We're still kind of working on quite a few areas, actually. Gotta remember to do that again in a minute. So, how's the battle going? Battle's going well. Alright, we are winning. Let me see. Italy does have war support protection at present, but if I can land this army, that will end really fast. We lost a general. And the West African fleet is short. Let me see. Romantic dockyard organizer seems like the right call. Yeah, part of the reason petite bourgeoisie are so strong is because I keep recruiting generals that are part of them. Should maybe be more conscientious about that. Who did I lose a general out of, though? Oh, the American Expeditionary Force. Let me see. You're an Armed Forces Open Field Commander. We'll promote you. Need to be conscientious. Alright, I am significantly outpacing Britain in terms of overall strength at this point. So I'm feeling pretty solid about that. Let me go ahead and subsidize my canal so that provides me with that extra prestige. And then maybe we'll be able to start ourselves a Panama Canal Company. Oh my goodness. Someone else naval invaded them first. Is this Tidore? No, this has got to be Mexico. Yeah, that's Mexico. Well, how close is my naval invasion? Not that close. I should... As soon as this battle finishes, I'll cancel my naval invasion and put my units on the front. There's the destroyer. Not that that actually helps me all that much. Well, this is very funny. We've really bashed forward in here. And now my army is here on this front. Where is that front? Am I able to see? Okay, 83. Oh, man, that force comparison is absolutely bananas. Oh. Well. We are already landed, it seems. Please. I don't know where you're going, but it better be here. It wasn't. Gosh darn it. Incredible. Alright. I think we'll wait and move the Army of the Americas over here in a minute, just to make sure both of these fronts are defended. But yeah, I think this war is actually going to be done really soon, and that means I'm going to get Italian Indonesia, which I am pretty pleased about. And we are successfully defending over here, which is just fine. Alright, all units are on the front. Army of the Americas, you can go over here and close out the Savoyard front. Yeah, I should take a look at those diplomatic plays again, huh? Let's see. Oh, a Qing aristocratic revolt. Now that is interesting. So, can I get anything? No. What about... Nope, not really. Only a trade agreement. I'm gonna leave it. Alright, so at this point, Italy is losing war support at a pretty good clip, so I am feeling extremely confident in my ability to win this war. Tidore is in default. What if I bankroll them? No, I need the something reduction. I need the infamy reduction more. Alright, and it looks like we're continuing to conquer more and more chunks of Italy. Who is sinking my convoys? And where? Coast of St. Helena. They're always in the coast of St. Helena, aren't they? They love that coast of St. Helena. Alright, West African Fleet. Let's go and deal with that. Probably should have noticed that earlier, but, you know, it is what it is. British attitude improved. Neat. And am I a negotiating participant? I actually am. But I can't... Alright, beautiful. We've constructed the Panama Canal, and that's all there is to it. Sorry, I thought there was going to be an event showing up, but apparently not. Let's found ourselves a Panama Canal colony, and get a Panama Canal company, and get us some tasty, tasty cash. Oh, no, I was going to get the Ford Motor Company. Gosh. I'm doing it. We're making cars now. It just makes sense. Oh, yeah, and I was going to change up those motor industries once again to be as electric as possible. And are we still gaining in prosperity? Yes. Beautiful. So extra motor company throughput should be very, very important. So, what does that now look like from a market perspective? Radios are still very expensive, but engines are doing okay, which I'm feeling actually really, really pleased about. Tools, it seems, are absolutely completely affordable. Let's export some of those to France, Ecuador, Senegal, etc. Everyone likes our tools. This seems like a visual glitch, but that's alright. Force comparisons, oh, we're just moving around. Like, why is our force comparison worse? Oh, no, it's just armies moving. Don't let it get you down, it's only armies moving. Again, no current peace deal. It looks like Tidore is going for full Italian occupation. Although I guess maybe they're just waiting to get them. Well, no, they're down to -40. They should be willing to peace out. I'm actually getting a little bit low on. Oh, I don't have anybody on escorting convoys. Like, why is this battle not kicking off over there? Because I'm not escorting convoys. I am a little low on bureaucracy, so let's grab a few more of our government admins and increase them to the new production method. Let me see. Do I have another really big one? Yes, in Ohio. Telephone switchboards away. Let me see. Oh, this is the entire construction queue. Alright, well, we need to do more then. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and start finishing building out railways in the entire rest of the United States, and that's going to... It's not showing the numbers on the board. That's curious. Alright, I think I've got at least one railway in the entire continental United States. Nope. Wyoming, Arkansas, Virginia. That's incredible. Virginia's just got so much infrastructure from population, I guess, that it's never come up. Alright. Well, that'll do that. So, with that done, I should be able to switch over to transport-based production methods, and that should save me some labor, generally speaking. Continue to get my standard of living going up, which will be important. Well, Italy's almost capitulated. Tidore is still holding very hard. And I have hardly suffered any losses, so my war support is doing just fine. So a few more weeks here, and I should get my little chunk of New Guinea, and everything should be hunky-dory. And then I can continue with my ambitions of slicing off bits of Senegal. I am actually holding part of all of Senegal except for the Ivory Coast. Tidore is in default. Excellent. Just excellent. So, how much am I getting in diplomatic pacts from Spain? Not that much, actually. That's really incredible. Curious. Now, do I still have a truce with the Netherlands? Yes, I do, for another 14 months. So that should be just fine. Let me take a quick look at my local markets for transportation. They're very expensive in Oklahoma. Let's go and throw another couple levels of... I love that there's a build railways button in these areas right now. Like, that seems really, really solid. So Oklahoma's expensive. Wyoming is expensive. We'll build another level there. Nevada is expensive. Another one there. Oh, and yeah, we got them ranked by price, so they're very cheap down in all these areas, which is just fine. So once these all get built, we'll be able to go over to transport-based production methods. I don't think I'm going to do electric trains or railways right now immediately. Let's take a quick look at institutions. I think I want to get... Ideally, I want to have law enforcement and home affairs maxed out, but I think law enforcement is more important. Because state penalties from turmoil are pretty brutal, and if I can mitigate those as much as possible, that will be very, very good for me. The cost is very much one that I can afford, so I'm not at all worried. So what to take from Senegal? I'm kind of on a time limit here. Could annex Liberia. I think maybe there's a play here, and that is... Oh, I can almost reduce Benin's autonomy through the subject overlord system, so I think I'll probably do that. I think I'll do that, and then maybe I'll annex Liberia, and maybe Oyo, as a country with maxed out liberty desire, will fight me, and then I can reduce their autonomy as well, and that'll be nice. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. This is good. I'm a big smartman. Fascist Senegal. Oh yeah, that's British. I'm like, is that British Senegal? Yeah, I thought it was part of Dutch Senegal, but Dutch Senegal doesn't... There's no Dutch Senegal. It's just all... It's the Netherlands all the way down. And there's the public transit event. Roaring engines. With the invention and implementation of motor transportation, the question arises, shall we focus on public or private transportation? Why should I have to sit on a bus or a train with a stinky peasant? I should have my own means of transportation. The speed of the nation should not be left in the hand of the rich few. We need to keep the poor in mind. More automobiles are needed, extra motor industries throughput, or more public transit, extra urban center throughput. You know I'm going to go with more cars because motor industries are a big, big deal. In fact, let me see. Demand for cars is absolutely... Oh, there are urban centers using the cars transport method. I guess that... I shouldn't be surprised by that. Let me see. I think I might want to do that myself. Let me see. That's going to add 1,000 demand. I say do it. And you know what? We'll go to electric streetlights to the extent that we can as well. So now that we've done that, let's check out the state of power demand in the country and see what we can see. Well, there are a lot of areas where it's very expensive. So let's get building. Really underproducing in New York. For an input goods shortage. That's shocking. How many levels? We've only got 2 levels in New York. Well, that's shocking. No pun intended. Let me see. Let's double the number in Nebraska. Yeah, we're doing a mass electrification campaign. 4 levels in Ohio, 3 in Pennsylvania. I'm just building 1 in all of these areas with a tiny amount of demand, because that demand is probably going to go up, and those areas will switch over into the new urban center production method once they're built up anyway, just to make sure that they're good to go. Yeah, I think a lot of these got automatically downsized earlier, because I recognize some of these areas as places where I built like 10 levels. And I think I just took too long switching over the production methods to the other things. I don't know what... Because I don't think contingent production methods would be a good thing to add to the game. I think that's going to be an interface that like 5 people are going to use. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend the devs add that, but at the same time, I feel like it makes sense that it happened, but it also... I kind of wish I had... I mean, I wish I had managed my economy better, but also I wished I had... not that many. I wish there had been some kind of mechanical interference point. Gosh, I didn't realize there was electricity demand in all these areas, that there's not a lot of electricity. You see 2 here, 2 here... I guess another level in Guatemala? I think Guatemala is just really short on workers. Alright, now we're getting into the areas where it's actually affordable. So Wyoming is solid. Ghana's good to go. Virginia, we could use one more level. Colorado, 4 more levels should be fine. And all these others are rock solid. Alright, let's go back to the game. This is thinking Anhalt, we can ignore that. Oh, the Prussians and the Austrians are shooting at each other again. I wonder whatever for. Italy. Get embargoed, idiot. So that makes the anti-Italian lobby extremely happy, and there's the submarine unlocked. So with the submarine unlocked, that should be the end of the tier 4s for military, yes? Yeah. So now we're basically going on a mad sprint for mobile armor. And that will be nice. Ah. Something has happened in Senegal. An Ashanti uprising. Well, that is interesting. I would love if the Ashanti people would be my puppets. Another Hell on Earth event. You know we're gonna make the perpetrators pay for their crimes. One day that'll surely stop the problems. Bourgeois revolt in Jaipur can't be bothered. Italy going after Gaza to conquer Lorenzo Marquez, which I guess is the name of this state. Or no, this state. Sorry, I'm confused Zulu and Gaza. Curious. I actually am able to side with them. Spain sides with Gaza. Well, very interesting. What else can I steal out of Italy? Oh, Italian Western Australia. My goodness, don't mind if I do. But no, I don't want to necessarily get involved in that. So this is a situation in Hawaii that I don't need to be dealing with. And here's the Ashanti uprising. So, Ashanti, what, don't have anything to offer. Senegal doesn't have anything to offer either. But if I side with the Ashanti, that'll make taking Senegalese Volta way, way easier. So I'm going to do it. We'll just get an obligation for that. We've actually got an overwhelming abundance of fronts here, which is interesting. I am probably not going to need hardly any actual troops, so we'll put together some small armies. This was dumb because it's going to put me in a truce. I wasn't thinking about that. But that's okay. First transcontinental railway completed. I didn't even realize that was an event. With the route between the Atlantic and Pacific complete, the door is open for greater settlement of the American West. With this golden spike, we call for the unity of our country, as this railroad unites the two great oceans of the world. Oh, that's what causes this event. I knew this event happened, but I didn't realize that this is what caused it. We'll settle the Great Plains, huge migration attraction for the Great Plains states, or the West Coast shall be as prosperous as the East. Huge migration attractions, bonuses in those areas. I'm going to go with the West Coast. That's the historical one. Aratoa can't be involved. So I think I'll probably just grab Ivory Coast from Ashanti after this. But what if... Okay, I can't steal anything from the Netherlands right now because we still have a truce for another 8 months. But I will try to steal this bit of Ivory Coast from the Netherlands because then I can unite the Netherlands. Also, has fascist Senegal simply continued to exist? No, they're already on the outs, which is just fine with me. Make sure to stay hydrated, kids. It's very important. Oh my goodness, we're actually almost nearly done with the episode, so probably will clear out pretty soon. I got a huge number of power plants in this construction queue here. Let's go ahead and put the ones in our subject states at the top. That's just sort of a personal vibe. Not going to mention that I completely forgot that Oklahoma was in another country. That's I'm just going to ignore that and pretend that I know what I'm doing. Shabamzo. Not getting involved in this. Sulu is having another uprising. Can't get involved in that. Mr. Sulu, you're going to have to handle yourself. Alright. Fights are kicking off. Looks like this war is going to be easy peasy. Once these two fronts merge, I'll have the Army of Central Africa swap over to this front and just get that area finished out. Ooh, Australian mass migration. Wonderful. Never mind, the Army of Dixie can go over there instead. And if they get there before that happens, then it'll be what it is. Okay, wonderful. Fronts are divided. All is well. The war is nearly at its conclusion already. Oh, wow. That was really fast. Ecuador have begun embargoing us. Ecuador, are we not in a truce anymore? You shouldn't be embargoing me when I got this much infamy available, Ecuador. I don't think you know who you're embargoing, sir. What if I started a war to open their market, but I added conquer state war goals for all their areas? How about that? Wouldn't that be bananas? I think that would be bananas, and I want to do it. Alright, so Benin, yes, they are currently low on infamy. So we'll go ahead and, or low on liberty desire. So we'll go ahead and, oh, they're not quite there yet. They're still in the middle. Okay, now they are. Alright. So good at things. Shabamzo. Oh, is Volta actually the capital? Do they have war support protection right now? No, they do not. Alright, so, Ashanti. It would be 12 infamy, but I can do it right away. Or I could wait for the Netherlands. But I don't think I'm gonna, because I think it's, this is some scummy behavior to steal territory and then to turn around and go, to help their revolution, then to turn around and go, and now, statehood? Alright, we got some events. I'll decide whether to do that. We're actually going to close out the episode right now, but I'll decide whether to do that at the beginning of next episode. Questionable practices. Released patients from the Washington Asylum have steadily denounced the practices involved in their supposedly medical treatments. Mistreatment of the sick, withholding of personal letters, and disproportionate punishments were among the charges. They would make us sit in a chair for hours, if not the whole day, in silence. We couldn't talk to any other patient, not even read a book. They would only excuse us to go to the bathroom if we were lucky. Otherwise, it was just a rusty chamber pot. No food, no water. If we were not sick when we were admitted, we would be within just a few weeks. Their judgment can't be trusted. Angry trade unions. We need to revise how the asylums work. Increased standard of living for the lower middle strata in D.C., huge cost. Or the trade unions can take over the asylum system, reduce bureaucracy. It's going to have to be angry trade unions, friends. Can't afford any of that other stuff. Cause without a rebel. Although William Ullman is still fighting for his cause, so he's the protectionist, no one is following him anymore. Despondent, Ullman has started publicly remarking that he may give up on his activism altogether. What's the point? Speakers, when we have any, speak to empty halls and at empty chairs. There's no crowds, no banners. If anyone pays attention at all, they never understand what we're preaching. What reason is there to stay here? We're all stuck doing nothing. Perhaps you can find greener pastures elsewhere, or no time for timidity. The movement needs a drastic change. I'm going to say he can go. Capital interests. The interest of the petite bourgeoisie in the lucrative explosives trade with Great Britain has led them to align themselves with the American-British Fellowship. Does the increased volume not permit more risk? Quite the opposite. When a deluge of money enters one's pockets, one becomes predisposed to mania. An extra coin to a waiter, a formerly shocking fee paid off with a smile. If one is not careful, one ceases to look at their ledgers. They pay more than they ever did, and this is the road to ruination. An excellent point. But will it justify the deployment of warships? It had better. If it does not, perhaps a donation will. A toast to our prosperity, or our relationship should remain strictly transactional. I'm going to do the second one. Weaker petite bourgeoisie is just fine with me. That having been said, that is the end of the episode. My nerds, I've had fun. I hope you've had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.